May is Lupus Awareness Month, and you'll recognize several of these faces of people living with lupus: Nick Cannon, Selena Gomez, Tony Braxton. According to the CDC, 9 out of 10 people diagnosed with lupus are women ages 15 to 44, and the CDC estimates some 200,000 Americans live with lupus. Joining me now this morning to talk more about this is Dr. Celeste Reese-Willis. Good to see you, Dr. Celeste.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
You too. What is lupus?
Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease wherein, and we've talked about autoimmune before, the body attacks itself. But this disease in particular attacks several organs like your brain, your kidneys, your lungs, your joints, and can cause you to have relapsing symptoms with this.
The symptoms, I'm looking at the list of those now. I mean, they're so far-reaching, aren't they?
They are, and they actually vary. Some patients present with mild symptoms, some with severe symptoms that could include fatigue, muscle or joint pain, skin rashes. They specifically call it a butterfly rash, hair loss, fever, or mouth sores, as well as fever. Different people will present with these. Some present with mild symptoms, others present with severe symptoms.
And what causes a flare-up? How can people avoid those flare-ups of lupus?
So the way that we're going to avoid that flare-up of lupus is we're going to eat healthy meals. We're going to stay physically active. We're going to make sure that our body gets plenty of rest. People that are extremely fatigued tend to have lupus flares more often. Fourthly, we're going to not smoke. Quit smoking if you already do. And lastly, make sure that you wear sunscreen and limit your sun exposure.
What kind of treatment options are available for folks with lupus?
So this particular disease is treated with immunosuppressant therapy. So it's a form of therapy that tries to kind of calm your immune system down. In addition to that, we use steroids to help with some of that inflammation that occurs with this disease.
May is also Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month. CDC saying that asthma is a disease that affects your lungs. It can cause wheezing and breathlessness. Many of us have experienced that, especially growing up. What are some of the ways that people can get asthma under control?
So the first thing that you're going to do, which would obviously make sense, quit smoking or avoid secondhand smoke. This is a disease of the lungs. So anything that you would be exposed to that would irritate it, like smoking, we want you to avoid that. That would include allergens such as pollen, wearing a mask when you're doing yard work, painting, or any kind of construction work. That's also to limit what allergens go through your nose. Number 3, get that flu shot so that you're protected. Number 4, use protective bedding. There are dust mites and things that tend to exist on people's bedding, clothing, etc. And the last one, unfortunately for you dog lovers, they're recommending you keep pets out of your home.